Good evening, guys. I'm just going to do a video on my trades that I've taken today. Slightly different for me from this week. I've decided to, for a few reasons, I've decided to go back to the original Furquad core strategy, basically using the weekly open as my bias decider for the week. So that's what I've started from this week. I'm going back to just trading one pair. I've increased my position size slightly, so I've decided to just stick to one pair for now, which I've decided on the EUREM, just based off some back testing I've done over the last few weeks. So that's pretty much what I've been doing today. I just want to run through I've only had two trades today. I just want to run through them very quickly, just to highlight what exactly I did. So we'll start off, first of all, marking off the start of the week, which is that line there. We've got the yellow line, which is my weekly open, and this bar here, which I've just marked up, is the bar that closes at 6 AM. So that's my first bar that I'll be looking at. That's my trigger bar. Now that bar at that time had gone beyond the boundaries of the first bar of the week, which would have been that bar. So I used the 6 AM close bar as my trigger bar. So I placed a long order at the high and a short at the low. Whichever triggers first, the opposite one gets cancelled. And as you can see from the following 4-hour bar, which is the 6 till 10 bar, the trade triggered short for me down there. I then cancelled the pending long trade, so I had one trade open there. That was the short trade, and as you can see from that 4-hour bar, the trade quickly reversed on me, stopped me out, carried on going all the way up. I made quite a large reversal there. Ironically, sod's law for me, the guys in the live trading room trading the snatch basically got a good chunk of that portion of trade, if not all of that trade there, and had quite a nice morning. That's the way it goes. So with that trade, that first short trade having been stopped out there for a full loss, the following bar that I needed to wait for to complete was the 6 till 10 bar, which is this bar. That completed and formed an ideal bar. As you can see, it straddles the yellow line, which is the weekly open. So I'm flat at this point, no trades on, so saving, and I placed a short trade at the low of the bar, long trade at the high of the bar. Whichever trade triggers first, the opposite one will get cancelled. In this instance, the long trade triggered first on this bar, so that triggered, and then on the completion of the following bar, which would have been this bar, because it was a bearish bar, I then managed my stop from the low there to the low of that completed bearish bar. As you can see, the trade subsequently stopped out on that bar there, which was the 2-6 bar. So it was two losses for me today, albeit the second one was slightly reduced with the stop managed. One other thing worth noting for me is on this bar, which is a 6-10 bar, the first thing I can see is that this will be classed as the marker bar for the start, potentially, of a chop zone. So I've got the high and the low. So I've got 1, 2, and potentially a third bar forming with the open and close within inside the high and low of this marker bar. So I'm looking for, after this, if this bar completes here within inside these ranges, I'm looking for one more bar to complete with inside the range to confirm the chop zone. So that should confirm on the 10 till 2 bar. So I'm looking for another bar, for example, like that, that would finish with inside the high and low, and that would confirm the chop zone for me. So for the time being, that would then take Euro Yen off the table, presuming that when I came to the charts at 6 a.m. Tomorrow morning, price was still within the high and the low of that marker bar. So that's how the day unfolded for me, and that's what I'll be looking at, and we'll see what happens as of tomorrow. Okay guys, thanks a lot.